welcome to my first official, I think, packing video. I decided to bring you guys along with us packing. I've shown like packing montages and shown you like before and after. I've even done some things like on TikTok where I do like a time lapse of what I do, but I'm gonna take you guys along for the journey because here's why, okay? You know, obviously we have a large family. We have 7 kids. If you don't know, if you're new here, hi, hello. I'm Jess, this is Chris, we have 7 kids. And we travel semi-frequently, okay? So I feel like I have somewhat of a system down. But oftentimes I find myself on YouTube getting tips and tricks from other people. Like I've learned so much. I'm actually doing one thing new this time that I'm really excited to do. I got packing cubes this time, which I've never done before. But I feel like even though packing should be common sense, it's like everyone does it a little bit differently. So I'm gonna bring you along our journey. We are packing for 7 kids to go on a trip to Hawaii. I haven't even officially announced where we're going. That is where we're going. We're so excited. I'm so excited. He's so excited. Are you so excited?
So excited.
So excited. My camera's gonna die already. Oh my God, this is a bad start. Okay, we're back. So we are going to Hawaii. We're going to be there for, how many days are we there for? 6 days? We are going to be in Hawaii for 6 days. 6 days. So we're packing for 9 people for 6 days. That's a lot of stuff. If you do the math, that's 54 pairs of outfits, 54 pairs of underwear, 54 pairs, we're not really gonna do socks. Might bring 1 or 2 because mostly we're gonna be wearing sandals, obviously like with the sand and anyway, pools and such. 54 different clothing items. Now, I will say, we're not actually gonna pack 54 pairs. And the reason why, and so sometimes we do, depending on where we're going, sometimes we have to pack an outfit for each day. This time though, to my understanding, I think we have a washer and dryer inside of our room. I'm pretty sure, hopefully, that's what it said. That being said, I think we kind of decided on about 4 different outfits, 4 different pairs of socks and underwear type of thing, but that's still per kid. That's a lot of stuff. I don't exactly know how many pieces of luggage we're going to need yet, and this is how far I've gotten so far. I've got piles and piles and piles. There's no organization here whatsoever. So first things first, what I typically do to start off is I turn these big piles into littler piles. I'm going to put them into piles per kid and then into piles per item, like just their shirts, just their pants. From there, I'm gonna decide how I wanna pack things. Sometimes if I'm going somewhere, for example, Disneyland, where I have set outfits per day and to some extent, everyone's outfits are matching, sometimes I'll pack things based off of that day. So like Disneyland, again, is a place where I would do something like that. I would take the clothes, I would roll them up, and I would organize everybody's day 1 outfit together. But other times I'll take these items and I'll organize it per kid. And I think that's more along the lines of what I'm gonna be doing today. And even more so, I'll organize it per gender. The only reason I do that is because typically speaking, if we have more than 1 bedroom, which if you travel with a large family, most of the time you need more than 1 room, whether that looks like connecting rooms or just rooms next to each other or a suite that has 2 rooms. When they were younger, it was easier to get away with stuff. You know, you could throw 3 or 4 kids in a bed, but now that they're older, that's not realistic and we need multiple rooms. So the reason I would group them together by gender is because generally speaking, the boys would be sharing a space and the girls would be sharing a space and so on and so forth. Chris and I would be sharing a space. So it just makes it easier if I have like 1 full suitcase just for the boys, and that could go into the boys' room or into the boys' dresser or whatever that looks like. So this is the one thing that I'm doing different. This, if you don't know what this is called a packing cube. I've seen people use these time and time again, and I was finally convinced to try it. They had them on Amazon. I bought these off Amazon. I'll try to link it down below. It had same-day shipping at the time, and I was like, you know what? Let's just try it. What this does, what they say this does, and this is my first time using them, it keeps things more organized, it keeps things together, and it also, like this one that I got, which is another listing on Amazon, it supposedly even compresses the items, which makes for significantly more space in your suitcase. So I'll be the judge of that. I have packed a lot of suitcases, but in theory, when you have something, you know, you have all the stuff in here, you can just compress it down, saving space. So I'm excited to try this. But like I said, first things first, I need to organize all of these big piles into smaller piles and see what I'm working with.
All I need to know is wait for all systems go. I'm not letting anyone break it down. I keep it in my control.
Woo! Packing video? Packing video.
Packing video?
How's school?
Good. Let's go, homie. Ugh.
Okay, right on my piles. That's a great spot for that.
I only did this right here. Hi. Wait for all systems go.
Alright, we've made some progress. Let me quickly run you through what is what here. So we've got Big Caden's pile, Addie's pile, Tommy's pile, Landen's pile, Kyson's pile, Caden's pile, Lilia's pile, my pile, bathing suits. The only pile I don't have right now is Chris's. That's the only one that's not set up over here. He has his own little thing going over there. For the most part, I run the packing game. Chris helps me by going and fetching stuff that I'm looking for. I'll be like, go get me, you know, 20 pairs of underwear, which is what we grabbed for the boys. Pick out like 14 socks. I'll be like, you know, that one pair of white shorts that Addie wears, go grab that. He's my runner and I'm the organizer. So that's how we work as a team. But I don't pick out any of his stuff, obviously, like that's all him. So this is what we've got going on. The next step is I'm going to be packing this stuff into these cubes and somehow fitting them into here. I did pull out the things that I want them to wear the day that we're traveling. So this is what they're gonna be wearing on travel day. And I keep those separately, but still in one pile. That way the morning of, everybody knows what they're wearing and it's all in one place. We are leaving at like 5 in the morning. Another hack that I have, especially for like early morning travel days, is that I actually have them wear what they're wearing the next morning to bed. Like I have them wear it to bed, that way they can wake up and they can just eat and go. That's more than likely what I'm gonna be doing on this trip as well. Also, I don't think I said where in Hawaii we're going. And you may have caught this, but that may give you a little bit of an idea. We are going, so excited about this. We're going to Aulani, which is the Disney resort in Oahu. It is an absolute dream come true. I can't wait to be there. So excited. So we decided to pack mostly just Hawaii type clothes, but I am throwing a little bit of like subtle Disney outfits here and there. I do have one like Mickey shirt that I packed for the boys. I did pack some like Lilo and Stitch looking outfits for Lilia, for me, for Addie, but we're keeping it very subtle as opposed to how we look when we're like in Disneyland or in Disney World. That I go all out for, but for this I feel like I'm mostly keeping just like the Hawaiian feel. I will say finding all these outfits and setting everything out takes me roughly 2 hours depending on like where we're going. This one took me about 2 hours to pull out all the clothes all together and have everything set up. Onto the cubes.
If I were to let you go, if I would pack my bags and leave without you and be out there on my own, then I would fall into pieces, fall into pieces. I would fall into pieces, fall into pieces.
Not feeling these ones. The reason being they don't open all the way and also you can't see through them. I'm envisioning getting there and having to like kind of guess what's in where, as opposed to these where you can actually see exactly what's inside of them. You know where it's gonna go, you know whose stuff is in it. The biggest bummer that I have right now is that I did not get enough of these kinds. So however many you think you need, buy more, because I bought 2 full packs of them, so it was like 8 bags, and it's not enough. I'm not gonna be able to fit everything into these bags. I think I like them though, other than that.
But if I were to let you go, if I would pack my bags and leave without you and be out there on my own, then I would fall into pieces, fall into pieces.
All right, so far so good. If my calculations are correct, I have actually fit all of my stuff and all 7 kids' stuff into these 2 suitcases with a lot of room to spare. So now I'm just moving on to all of the miscellaneous things like toothbrushes, toothpaste, bathroom items, hair gel, that kind of stuff. And wow, I am making good progress. Now we're officially moving on to the bathroom stuff. In this bag, I'm going to put the kids' travel toothbrushes. This one is the Up and Up brand. They're really cheap, but they're also very compact. You don't have to worry about buying a cover for it that you're gonna lose. They just fold right into itself. I got 7 different colors for each of the 7 different kids. That way they don't get them confused. In this bag, I'm also going to pack hairspray. Some melatonin, we rarely use this, but if we do, it's usually to help with jet lag, stuff like that. Definitely comes in handy when you're traveling to a large time zone difference. Some Benadryl cream, the anti-itch cream, Pepto-Bismol, some Neosporin, just random medicines that we might need to use, some deodorant. I'm going to pack this little baggie of hair ties. I have little tiny hair ties in here. I've got bigger hair ties in here. I've got bobby pins in here. Got some hair clips in here. This little starfish hair clip. Just all things hair is in this bag. My thought behind this bag is it's gonna be everything that goes into the bathroom. I'm also going to put a hair comb in here, as well as the boys' hair gel. This is the only hair gel that I use. It works better than any other hair gel that I've ever found on them. A wet brush for the girls, the best hairbrush in the world. It even works on Lilia's thick Puerto Rican hair. It's the only brush that she can use without crying. Also in this bathroom bag, I'm going to put this little tiny Vaseline that I found. Look how tiny and cute this little Vaseline is. I am a huge fan of Vaseline. I use it on my lips, actually. There's a life hack. If you have dry lips and you cannot find a product that works, use a Vaseline and thank me later. I'm also putting face wash in here. I think this bathroom bag is done. Okay, I added child's Motrin to that bag. That's what I was missing. I just put that in there. Now I'm going to pack the next bathroom bag, which is going to be all sunscreen. I packed a lot of it. In Hawaii, it's actually illegal to use sunscreen that isn't reef safe. So I've got tons and tons and tons of options. I'm pretty sure these are all reef safe. I'm gonna take another look at them, but it looks like they are. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then some scalp spray also. Addie's and my scalp always gets sunburned. 6, 7, 8. Do you think that's enough? Wear sunscreen, they say. I do. I'm still gonna come back burnt though, I promise. Okay, now for me, I bought this a long time ago. I feel like I got one from like Ross or something and then I ended up getting this one off of Amazon maybe. This is my favorite travel hack in the entire world. I keep it somewhat packed, so there's gonna be stuff in here, but this is what I bring with me everywhere that I go. And then once I'm there, I actually hang this on whatever kind of towel rack they have. This thing is amazing. It has tons and tons and tons of compartments. I try to keep some stuff in here packed all the time. For example, Q-tips. I also have a bunch of bobby pins and tiny hair ties. I did pack extra in the bag that you guys just saw, but I keep some permanently packed in here. I've got a couple Band-Aids, a little travel size brush. I did keep a bunch of contacts in here, but since I've got LASIK, I can throw these away. I've got just tons and tons and tons of contacts that I would keep in there. Never know when you're gonna need an extra pair. So in my bag, I will show you what I put in here. This is where I store all of everything. My makeup, my medicines that I need to take, my inhaler, my hair stuff, for the most part will all fit in here. But it's also something that I usually pack last minute because I usually need that stuff in the morning. Like I need my makeup in the morning, I need stuff like that. So this is usually hanging here until morning of, and as I'm putting on my makeup, I will, you know, put something on and then I'll put it into the bag like as I'm going. That way I'm not missing anything. The only thing I don't put in here is like bigger hair tools like curling irons, that kind of stuff, and then anything else that doesn't fit. So for my makeup, I have my eyebrow gel, my lipstick that I use, my favorite lipstick. This is the Sephora Matte Color 13. I've got my Tarte Shape Tape. I haven't used this a whole lot, but maybe I'll use it there just because I'm gonna wanna keep my makeup light, like some CC cream, my mascara, which actually I'm gonna pack a waterproof one, my eyebrow pencil. I usually pack an extra one just because that is something that I cannot live without. Chapstick, eyeliner, tweezers, a little beauty blender. I'm going to keep my little mini shaver in here. I love these and they come in this handy little case. More eyebrow stuff, my highlight, my toothbrush and my toothpaste, makeup remover wipes, leave-in conditioner, face wash, a hair mask. I'm new to this extension life and so I don't know, maybe that'll come in handy. Dry shampoo, my allergy medicine that I take every night. I'm gonna put it in a smaller baggie just because this is like really big to bring. Literally my entire life I put into this bag. My inhaler, my retainer, moisturizer, my face powder, face brush. I think I got everything. When I tell you guys my entire life is in this thing, I mean it. It fits everything and it just folds right back up. I'll try to find this and link it down below also. In a bigger bag, I'm gonna put my bigger items. I'm gonna put my curling iron, my hair oil, and then just some lotions that I like. I love this Brazilian Bum Bum cream. It smells so good. Heat protectant. I'm gonna put my straightener in here. That actually might be it for this one. Next on the list is electronics. And this is where things get really complicated for us because we have a lot of those. Not only do I have all of my millions of cameras, but the kids also all have an iPad and an iPhone. So overall that makes roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15-ish devices that need to be charged specifically the night before we leave, because once we get there, the kids are not gonna be playing on their iPads, but they will again need it for the way back. Anyway, you catch my drift. We have a lot of things that we need to charge. So my biggest hack for you guys is buy an extension cord. Something like this is great because you can plug things in here, but you can also plug things in there. Normally we pack at least 2 of these, sometimes 3 depending on where we're going, what the situation is. And we're definitely gonna pack at least 2, probably 2 for this trip. This is another one that we like. This one also has a USB-C plug-in. So between these two, we should be good. And then of course we need 100,000 of these little cables. This is my personal setup, which this thing is incredible. It plugs in two things. I can plug in my watch charger and my phone charger, and this stays next to my bed every night. So this is the stuff that gets charged nightly right next to me. And we also make sure each kid has a phone charger and an external charger in their travel backpacks, which I'll be showing you guys in just a little bit. So I'm gonna use this bigger bag and just put all electronic everything in here. Hopefully it fits. I'm also packing at least 3 sound machines. These ones are my favorite, also from Amazon. What's nice about these is that they also are a USB plug-in, so you can plug them into like an outlet that has that, or you can plug them into an adapter. You have options with these. All right, I don't know how, but somehow I've managed to get almost everything packed into just these 2 suitcases. I really feel like these cubes helped a lot. Granted, I'm not really that close to being done. We still have to add all of Chris's stuff in. I still have all my camera stuff to pack, but I feel like we can maybe make this work. The biggest concern here is going to be the weight. Most airlines, the weight limit is 50 pounds. Otherwise you have to pay a hefty overweight charge. We do have like a little scale thing that will measure them. We like hook it on and we lift it up and we see how heavy they are. So I'm gonna do that, and if they are too heavy, then I'm gonna have to add a 3rd suitcase. The next thing we're going to pack is we are actually going to bring a full-size shampoo and conditioner. Usually the hotels we go to, there's not nearly enough, especially conditioner. I'm going to put these shampoo and conditioner bottles inside of a gallon plastic bag just in case there's any oopsies during flight, during travel. It happens sometimes. We've learned the hard way. Anything that can explode or just like get knocked open, we will put into like a plastic bag. And then I'm gonna set them into this little guy. Okay, we have come to somewhat of a stopping point for now. The rest of the stuff I think I'm gonna pick up the night before we leave. So I'll catch up with you guys the night before departure. All right, you guys, this is it. We're officially the night before we leave, and I am doing all the last minute packing. All the kids are already in bed, and I'm gonna show you what we typically put in the kids' backpacks when we're traveling on an airplane. So first things first, obviously I have pretty much all older kids. My youngest is 5, the oldest is almost 13. So the things that we used to pack in their carry-ons when they were little, like, has changed a lot. So they actually typically don't carry very many things inside their backpack. So I'm just gonna give you an example inside of one of their backpacks. So this is Kyson's backpack. They all pretty much have the same things packed in them, except that if they have additional things that they want to bring that they want to be in charge of, then that's up to their discretion. Well, first of all, on it, you're gonna find a neck pillow. I found that for shorter flights, for example, for like flying to Disneyland and it's only an hour flight, these are completely unnecessary. They just take up too much space. So this doesn't make it on every flight, but specifically to places like New York, Orlando, or Hawaii, that's when we will bring these neck pillows, or if I know it's gonna be like a later flight. All of those flights for us are roughly 5 hours or more. So they each have their own, Sadie, you're not invited. So they each have their own different neck pillows on their backpack. Inside of their backpack, they each have their fully charged phones. So obviously this is Kyson's. They also have a charger. They have some form of headphones. It seems like most airlines, it's a rule. If you have sound on your device, you actually have to be wearing headphones or have some kind of like earphones in. And if you don't, then they tell you to turn it all the way down, or some airlines will provide like free cheap headphones for you, or they'll make you buy them. The next thing that we have in all of their bags is a battery pack. What I try to do, especially if it's like a longer flight, is I look at the plane that we're supposed to be flying on. So I looked up the plane that we are going on for this trip and noticed that it doesn't have a screen in front, meaning like you can't watch movies on the seat in front of you. It also does not have power, which is kind of insane to me. I have not been on very many airplanes that don't have power, especially on a 5-hour flight. So these are an absolute necessity. As you can see, we have them labeled per kid. These should be able to charge your phone twice if they're fully charged. So each of the kids have one of these in their bags as well. They also each are going to have a water bottle. Now these obviously are going to be going to the airport empty because you can't travel through TSA with a full bottle of water. They'll have you dump it. So they go empty. And then once you go through TSA, they actually have, it seems like it's pretty standard at most airports these days, they have places you can fill your water bottle. The next thing that they'll each have in their backpacks is their iPad. Now, obviously our younger 2 kids, they don't have an iPhone. So they're only going to have their iPad depending on the trip. Sometimes I do not let them bring both devices. They have to only pick one, which would obviously be their phone because we use that for communication. But on this longer trip, with our longer stay, I am going to let them bring both, especially considering the situation on the plane with it having no power. So each kid is going to bring both their iPad and their iPhone, and then Landen and Addie, who don't have phones, are just going to have their fully charged iPad. I have them charging right here right now. That way at 5 a.m. when we get up, we're just going to unplug their stuff and put it into their backpack. The only other difference with Addie's backpack is that in hers, I also put one coloring book with color pencils. I'm hoping she sleeps on this one, but if not, we're gonna have her iPad, we're gonna have a coloring book, and of course she has 6 siblings to talk to and play with as well. The only thing missing is snacks. Either the night before we leave or the morning of, I will have the kids pick their own snacks to put into these bags. This is also not the time that I am super concerned about how nutritious the food is that they're picking. Let's be real, I'm traveling with 7 kids. Like, just keeping them alive and getting them from point A to point B is the goal there. Generally speaking, once we get to the airport, we will usually have them pick one snack and one treat that they can bring on the airplane. So other than that treat, they pretty much only bring like snacky items, granola bars, Cheez-Its, goldfish. I'm sure Lilia is gonna grab some Takis. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing. There is one more thing. I do not usually do this. This is something that we're doing new this time, but I did decide to go ahead and pack one swimsuit in each of the kids' carry-on bag. And the reason is because our plane lands at 10 a.m. and our check-in time isn't until 4. So I'm just trying to think ahead. But although our check-in time isn't until 4, we are still free to like use the resort and swim and go to the beach and do all that stuff all day. We don't have to wait for our room to be ready. And I just feel like having these bathing suits super accessible is going to be the most helpful. That way we can get there, they can change into their swimsuits, and we can get right into the pool. So we'll see how that works out this trip. This is something new that I'm trying. Now for me and my backpack, I have a lot of stuff in my backpack that I honestly keep pretty packed full time. I have external chargers that I keep in here as well. This one's for my phone, and then I have this bigger, heftier one that is for my computer. Generally speaking, I work the entire flight. That's usually what I do. Like, we're just sitting there doing nothing. I would rather work while I'm on the plane than work when I'm there. I mean, I still work when I'm there too, but you guys catch my drift. This supposedly will charge my computer 3 separate times if I need to. I am also going to be keeping a water bottle in my backpack. I have deodorant packed in here just because when you're traveling, sometimes you can get stanky. I also have a little tiny mini travel brush. I have things like hand sanitizer. I usually will keep some feminine products packed permanently in here. This is something random, but I keep a bag of tiny baggies in here for like snacks. If I have to distribute snacks, like break snacks up, these come in handy more than you would think. I have extra masks in here. I will be putting my laptop charger, my camera, my backup camera, extra memory cards, and all of my charged batteries in here as well. I also have headphones in here for me to work on my computer. The Bluetooth ones, if I'm being honest, are not the business. If anyone does their own editing, you know what I mean. Specifically for precise editing, the Bluetooth ones, in my experience, are always just a hair off, and it is really obnoxious to try to edit with those. So I usually will just like have wired headphones. I also keep my phone charger and my watch charger just with me. I've also got a few packs of gum, my camera charger, ibuprofen, my rescue inhaler, my AirPods, chapstick, lipstick, Tide to go. I've got little baby hair ties in here, bigger hair ties, a makeup wipe, first aid cream, bacitracin. I also have in here extra contacts, but again, I'm gonna throw these away because I have LASIK now. My eyebrow product, all the important stuff stays with me. A pair of sunglasses, and then I also will be keeping snacks in here as well. This is what we call our travel crack. Judge me if you will. My kids love this crap. I only allow them to eat it dry like this. Like, obviously they eat it cooked once in a while at home, but they love to eat it dry. I ate it my whole childhood growing up, so they get it from me. They love eating it dry, and I will only let them eat it like that when we're traveling. So we call it their travel crack. I also have a little like first aid kit that I just keep in here. This is where I keep all medicines. I have like Pepto-Bismol, allergy medicine, more contacts, Tums, Band-Aids, hydrocortisone. All right, we are down to the nitty-gritty and packing all of the very final things that I didn't think about. Any and all last minute things that are popping into my head right now. So there's a few things that I am adding into our suitcases. It turns out I think we're gonna end up needing 3 like full size suitcases for this. One thing that I did not take into consideration was shoes, and I'm really torn on it because I don't know if we should bring regular shoes or we should just bring sandals. I feel like we should just bring sandals, but then I'm like, what if we need regular shoes? So I'm going back and forth. I think what I've decided on is we're just going to bring sandals. So shoes are going in here. I'm gonna make this all nice and neat. But one other thing that I just thought about, and I'm so glad I didn't forget about this, I am actually gonna be packing my tripod. This one surprisingly folds down very small, so it's like really tall. It can go down, 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 down. It's pretty compact and it's extremely lightweight, so I am going to throw this into the luggage as well.
I wanna say forever. We could be good together. Guess mystery loves company.
I can't remember if I talked about this or not, but the room we're staying in does have a full kitchen. And so instead of like paying the crazy amount of money for the Mickey waffles that they're gonna have here, we're actually bringing our own. There might be like, you know, a couple times where we do go out to eat breakfast, but for the most part, one like major life hack when traveling with a large family is we pretty much always try to eat breakfast at the hotel, whether it's like Disneyland or Disney World, or when we're in New York. I mean, anywhere we travel, normally we'll bring a toaster with us, which supposedly this room has a full kitchen, so I'm hoping that they already have a toaster there. And if not, the kids love these little Mickey pancake waffles, and we are indeed bringing it. It saves us a whole lot of money and also a lot of time as well. Normally we will eat out for lunch or dinner or both.
Where we go, return to paradise. All I know is that I need you in my life. Let me show you how it feels to roll the dice. You know you want it. Just say the
Okay, we're pretty much all completely packed up. Our final step is weighing them and making sure that they are not over 50 pounds. As of right now, we have 2 large suitcases and 1 medium suitcase. The only thing that could change this setup would be if one of these are too heavy and we move it into another. Yeah, I don't know. This is where we play musical suitcases. 48? Yes.
Try it one more time.
These things tend to be very accurate for us, and then when we're done weighing them, we'll pack them. That way the flight home, we can weigh them as well and like distribute them as needed. And you can find this on Amazon. I'll try to link it.
41.
Really?
And then this last one's gonna be nothing because
I say 38.
38,
You think less?
27,
No.
33.
Ah, we're in the middle. All right, so then we're good. You ready? Let's go to Hawaii. You ready? Aloha oi. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope this helps somebody out there pack for something. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. And now the final step is to make sure I don't forget the actual luggage and that actually gets into the vehicle that then gets onto the plane. But stay tuned for our vlog if you want to see how it all goes down. Of course, you know I'm going to be vlogging every second of it, but let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below, give this video a thumbs up if it helped, if it helped you out, or if it was interesting. Also, let me know, what do you do differently down in the comments. Share some of your tips with me. I am an open book. I feel like we have somewhat of a good system, but I'm always learning more. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and we will see you in our next video when we are in Oahu, Hawaii. Bye, guys.